I started noticing something while watching Shameless. And at first, it didn't feel like a big deal. It just felt like a normal reaction to something intense, like, okay, this show is chaotic, that's kind of the point. But after a few episodes, something stayed with me. Not exactly the scenes themselves or the characters, but more like a feeling that didn't really leave. Even after I stopped watching and just sat there, and I tried to ignore it at first, but because I thought maybe it was just overthinking again. Like sometimes I tend to do with small things, turning something simple into something unnecessarily complex. But this didn't feel exactly like overthinking. It felt more like my mind kept processing something quietly, like it didn't finish when the episode ended. It just kept going in the background without asking. And I started noticing how I was watching. Not just watching, but kind of entering everything. Like every decision, every situation, every reaction was being absorbed in a way that felt a bit too deep. And I know it's just a show. I know those are constructed situations, exaggerated sometimes. But still there was something about the intensity that made everything feel a bit too real internally. And then I noticed something else. This kind of comparison starting to happen, not in a direct, obvious way, but more subtle, almost like a background noise. Like seeing people living through worse situations and still moving in certain directions, making decisions, acting, reacting, surviving. And my brain kind of tracking that without asking. And I don't even agree with that comparison. I don't think it makes sense logically. Different lives, different contexts, different minds, but still something in me keeps observing it. And I think that's where it started feeling off. Because I wasn't really resting while watching anymore. It felt like I was studying something, like every episode became some kind of analysis. Not intentional, not consciousness, but something in me kept making connections between what I was seeing and something internal. Like mapping experiences without really choosing to. And that's when I stopped feeling light. I stopped being just something to pass time. I started to feel like input, like something entering instead of just passing by. And I think the hardest part is that I don't really know how to watch things lightly. Like, I don't know how to just sit and observe without letting it reach deeper parts of me. Maybe some people can do that easily. Just watch something and disconnect right after. But for me, it feels more permeable, like things pass through with less resistance. And it is not always bad. Sometimes that same sensitivity creates connections, creates understanding, creates reflection that feels meaningful. But in this case, it feels a bit too much because I'm not in a moment of stability exactly. It feels more like I'm rebuilding something inside, something about identity, direction, expression, things that are still not fully defined yet. And when I mix that with chaotic narratives, with extreme situations, constant instability, it feels like my mind doesn't get space to just exist without reacting to something external. And I think that's what started bothering me. Not the show itself, but the effect. The way it stays a little longer than it should. The way it keeps echoing after everything ends. And I notice that even in silence, my mind kind of continues those patterns. Think about people, situations, decisions, outcomes. Like it's still inside that environment somehow. And I don't want my rest to feel like that. I don't want free time to turn into processing or comparison or quiet observation of other lives. Especially not when I didn't even choose that consciously. So I started thinking maybe it's just timing. Maybe there's nothing wrong with the show itself, but something about where I am right now doesn't match well with the level of intensity. Because right now I think I need less input, less narrative, less emotional noise, something that doesn't ask for interpretation, something that just exists without pulling me. And that feels strange to admit, because part of me still finds interesting, still feels drawn to chaos and complexity, like there's something human there that pulls attention. But at the same time, there's another part of me that feels tired, not physically but mentally, like I just want space without stimulation. And I don't think I noticed this before. How much watch, how much what I watch actually affects me, not in a obvious emotional way, but in a slower, more stable accumulation, like small pieces staying without permission, forming patterns that I didn't really choose, shaping the way I think for a while, even after the screen is already off. And maybe that's normal. Maybe everyone experience that in some level. But I think for me it's a bit stronger, or at least a bit more noticeable. So now I'm kind of in this position where I don't feel like continuing right now, not because I dislike it, but because I don't like what it's doing internally. And that feels like a different kind of decision. Not based on preference or entertainment, but based on what kind of state I want, what kind of environment I allow inside my mind. And I'm still figuring that out. What actually feels like rest for me, what feels neutral, what feels too heavy, what enters too deeply without me realizing. Because maybe rest for me isn't stimulation, maybe something closer to absence, or something familiar, predictable, almost quiet, something that doesn't activate this constant observation. And I think I'm still learning that, what to allow, what to pause, what to return later, without turning it into judgment, just seeing as timing more than anything. Because maybe in another moment, the same show would feel completely different, lighter even, interesting in a different way, without this weight that it seems to have now. But right now, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like something that stays a bit too long, that enters a bit too deep. It doesn't really let my mind just be. And maybe that's enough to pause. Not forever, not as a rejection, just as a small adjustment while I figure out what I actually need right now.